Sir, my mom is still sleeping since morning. The little girl said softly. Her voice was barely louder than a whisper. Ethan Walker, CEO of Walker Technologies, froze mid-step in the hospital lobby. He was late for a board meeting, his phone buzzing nonstop, assistants waiting outside, but something about the girl stopped him. She was no more than 6 years old, small, thin, wearing a pink sweater that was clearly too big for her. Her brown hair was messy, like she had slept in a hurry. Ethan bent slightly. Sweetheart, where is your dad? The girl shook her head. It's just me and Mommy. Her fingers were clutching the strap of a worn-out backpack. Her eyes were dry, but afraid, like she had already cried all her tears. Then straightened up, uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I can't help right now, he said gently. There are nurses, doctors. But the girl didn't move. She only whispered again, she won't wake up. She promised she would. That's when Ethan noticed her hands shaking, and then his own started shaking too, because something in her tone wasn't panic, it was acceptance. The kind no child should ever know. Ethan followed her gaze down the hallway to a closed hospital room door with peeling paint for reasons he didn't understand. His meeting, his money, his power suddenly felt meaningless. Show me, he said quietly. The girl nodded and turned toward the room as Ethan walked behind her. He had no idea this small moment was about to change both of their lives forever. The hospital room smelled faintly of antiseptic and old flowers. The woman on the bed looked peaceful, too peaceful. Her name was Maria Thompson, a single mother and night shift cleaner at Walker Technologies. Ethan's breath caught in his chest. He remembered her. She always worked late, always smiled, always said good morning, even when no one noticed. Hera, nurse, entered quietly. She looked at Ethan. Surprised, sir. I'm sorry, visiting hours are limited. The little girl looked up. She's my mommy. The nurse's face softened, then tightened. She knelt beside the girl. Sweetheart, your mom is very sick. Ethan already knew. He could see it. Maria had collapsed at work 2 nights ago. No insurance, no emergency contact. No one had called. Ethan, the girl sat beside her mother, holding her hand. She said she would take me to school today, she whispered. Ethan felt something break inside him. How long has she been like this? He asked. The nurse swallowed. Since early morning. No one had called the child's father because there was none. No family, no savings, just a little girl waiting for a promise. Ethan stepped back, his heart pounding. He had spent years chasing profits, cutting costs, ignoring people like Maria, and now one of those decisions was lying silently in front of him. For the first time in decades, Ethan Walker felt truly small. Ethan didn't leave. He canceled his meeting, ignored his phone, and sat in that chair beside the girl. Hours past. Doctors came and went. The girl never let go of her mother's hand. Do you want some juice? Ethan asked softly. She shook her head. If I leave, she might wake up and not see me. That sentence shattered him. Ethan stood up and walked into the hallway. He made calls, not as a human being. Private specialists, emergency treatment, approval, full coverage. Money moved faster than it ever had before, but kindness moved faster. When Maria's condition stabilized, the doctor looked at Ethan. You probably saved her life. Ethan returned to the room. The girl was asleep now. Curled in the chair, he placed his jacket gently over her. When Maria finally opened her eyes, the first thing she saw was her daughter and a man she barely recognized. Mr. Walker, she whispered. Confused, Ethan smiled through tears. You never missed a day of work, he said. I should have noticed sooner. He promised her things that day, not charity, but dignity, healthcare, a better job. Time to be a mother. The girl woke up and smiled. She woke up, she said. Proudly, Ethan nodded. Yes, because you never gave up. 6 months later, Maria no longer cleaned floors at night. She worked days with benefits. With respect, her daughter walked into school every morning holding her mom's hand. Ethan changed too. He started a company-wide healthcare program, emergency childcare support, real human policies, not for publicity, but because one little girl showed him what mattered. One afternoon, Ethan saw her again in the lobby. She waved. Sir, she said happily, my mom wakes up every day now. Ethan knelt to her level. So do I, he said, because kindness isn't about money, it's about noticing, listening, stopping. Sometimes the smallest voice carries the loudest truth, and sometimes A child asking for help saves more than one life, the Yendi.